Yes, I'm here in Punjab. I'm so fortunate to be chanting and
Dandavad
the
Pranam,
stay.
Prabhuji.
Very, very heavy rains in the morning. Janmashtami has to come in. It is otherwise it is quite hard, but then we can see such nice heavy rain. So very wonderful. So let's continue reading. Prabhu, you may have to zoom it a little better, Prabhu. Yes, this is better. Yeah. So, Gaurav Prabhu, you are in a position to read, or you should have someone else read?
Prabhu, I mean, if anybody else wants to read, I can scroll, Prabhuji.
Yeah, maybe Vijaya Mataji.
We need to read from we reached the end of the page 380. That's what Rajesh Prabhu said in the last.
Yeah, so you should scroll down. I think actually, you should scroll down. 380 only, end of the page, but you have come out to 381 now.
Okay, Prabhu.
I think you should scroll manually, not page of page now. Yes. So where did we? Where do you have to start when a disciple offered that even? No, that is the middle of the discussion. Oh, little up. We didn't read these. Logical starting point. Quickly. Let's read. Begin. It's okay. Vijaya Mataji, would you be able to read, or someone else to read?
Yes, Prabhuji, I can read. The last paragraph we have to Prabhuji.
No, let's read from the Bhagavad Gita is the entrance. The last paragraph is not there. I mean, it's continuity. It's somehow
beginning of the page.
Right from the Bhagavad Gita is the entrance.
Yeah. So I shall start, Prabhuji. Okay. Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. The Bhagavad Gita is the entrance. Then the Bhagavad is graduate. And then Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is the step by step. But if one is sincere, everything becomes revealed. He does not commit mistake. The conclusion was that we must be sincere. But how would we demonstrate that we were sincere? Or how could we become sincere? You see, Prabhupada continued. You can become independent. Nobody can check you. Everyone is independent. Yatha ichhasi tatha kuru. But one who wants to be regulated, he has to surrender. That is voluntary. Otherwise, everyone is free to do whatever he likes. And those who are surrendered souls, they will wait for the instructions of Guru and do accordingly. That is the proper Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chittete Kariya Aikya. Arana Kariya. Make the teaching from the lotus mouth of the spiritual master one with your heart and do not desire anything else. Shri Guru Vandana, paragraph 2. That is wanted. Otherwise, all living beings are independent. Even if I say that you do not do it, you are independent. You can do it. Even Krishna gives independence to Arjuna. Yatha ichhasi tatha kuru. I have told you everything. Now you do whatever you like. So that depends on the candidate. Everyone is free to do anything. But if he is actually serious, then he has to do Guru Mukha Padma Vakya, Chittete Kariya Aikya, Arana Kariha. To be sincere, serious, surrendered, that I considered was our challenge. If we were successful, we would be saved from the mistakes and everything would be revealed step by step. What prompts the soul to misuse his independence? Achyutananda asked. Because he
So
has got
I hope you are getting it's like a just like a room conversation or whatever that's happening. Giriraj Maharaj is also there, Chitta Maharaj is there, and maybe few others, and they are asking this very very beautiful, very pertinent and very beautiful question, which is often asked. Either people who are even not even have come to Krishna consciousness, they also have this question, or even those who have come to Krishna consciousness, we all ask this question, right? Whether the independence is there or not. What do you do with that independence? So Prabhupada is very nicely bringing it up, and I'm so happy to see this. Prabhupada is quoting this from the Guru Vandana prayer itself, which is the most pertinent prayer to sing for our Guru, especially Prabhupada. Today, as they were singing Guru Puja here, I when they sang this Chakkudan Dilo Jai Janma Janme Prabhu Se Divyagan Hriday Prakashito Prema Bhakti Jahan Hoite Avidya Vinashe Jate Vede Gahi Jahara Charito. I was just every stanza in that song is so beautiful, but especially when this part came, I was just thinking how much fortunate we are, and how much we should thank and be grateful to Prabhupada for giving us that uh, eyes, Chakkudan Dilojai. And then Janme Janme Prabhu say, and you are my Lord birth after birth, we say, no? This is such an amazing prayer by a song by Narottam Das Thakur, and we are singing it every day. And definitely, so much is there in this. Any number of times we sing, still that feeling of, when we have that emotional feeling of connect with our spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada, every time we sing it, isn't it? So Prabhupada is talking about this thing. If not for him, we would not have got the eyes to see this world in a different way. And if we had not seen if we were not being able to see this world in a different way, as I was thinking, so many different people are enjoying in so many different ways, and so much consumed by the complexities and the cheating nature of this world and its people. You can see that how, as devotees, taking shelter of Srila Prabhupada and his sincere followers, we are saved from this dangerous situation. So Prabhupada is so step by step like a child, like mother teaching the child or the father teaching the child. See how nicely he is giving us uh, uh, this lesson, teaching this important lesson to us. Um, Please continue, Mataji. Any comments, questions from anyone? Comments from anyone?
Prabhuji, today that Guru Puja, that offering was going on, and we have Sankirtan stall also. So there, I was trying to distribute that Prabhupada, that condensed book is there, no one. It's so very, misfortune that, many people, they don't know about Prabhupada. Though they come to temple, they eat prasadam, there's a long queue for the prasadam. But, people don't realize because of whom all these things are happening. So it's really very much, it is that feeling is there, that we are not able to express that feeling to others, that this is everything is happening because of Prabhupada. So a lot of things we need
There
to
are
talk.
so many people.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much true, Mataji. And frankly speaking, that gives us even more responsibility, right? As his sincere followers, we should educate the world with Prabhupada's life history, is how he sacrificed everything with his entire life, he sacrificed it for this mission of service to his guru, his spiritual master and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are all reaping the benefit. I could see that day in the Delhi temple also. So many crowd was coming and they're taking selfie. I was just thinking that how beautiful each of these temples are. I know Bombay temple would have been like overcrowded and unable to manage. I see news that in many temples in where other parts of India there was stampede that was happening. Why people are thronging? Of course, they go to all the other places also for Janmashtami, but they have a particular attachment or connect with ISKCON when it comes to Janmashtami, Rath Yatra, etc. Right, and that is the monopoly of Prabhupada. He could rise above all. With all due respect to all the sadhus, saints, everybody. Prabhupada is like the eagle among the birds. He knew he can fly far above everyone else. Eagle among all the birds, I mean. So this is something which is amazing and shared. Thank you. So shall we continue this conversation and maybe at a logical point to discuss further? Gaurav
Yes,
Prabhu, you
Prabhu.
wanted to say something? Yes, Prabhu.
Just one line, Prabhu, which actually Maharaj says, it's the to be sincere, serious, and surrendered. That I considered was our challenge. I mean,
Uh,
there there is the another book, no? So our family business, written by
uh,
his Visheshika Prabhu. He also mentioned,
Vaisheshika Prabhu, I think, yeah.
yeah, he also mentions there we have to be strict, serious, and sincere. I mean, they have taken it from Prabhupada. So
Yeah,
many places it is mentioned like that, Prabhuji.
yeah, very true. So, as long as that Prabhupada's strictness is followed, then it is possible. You'll be able to continue. One of the important things we should learn is that we don't have much time left in our lives. The moment will go on, but what is our contribution to this thing? Now, just to turn, just to you wink, and 10 years are gone. Isn't it true?
Yes, Prabhu.
And we think that there are many more years left, and then our body starts showing up its true nature, falling apart. Padam padameti padam, and then this is the mm. So thank you, Prabhu, for that. So let's continue further.
What prompts the soul to misuse his independence? Achyutanand asked. Because he has got a little independence, yatha ichchasi tata. He has got this. Why do some misuse it and some never misuse it? That depends on him. If one is determined that I shall only act according to the advice of my Guru Maharaj, then he is perfect. One has to
So the
submit like
question is
Arjuna.
very interesting, no? Mataji.
Yeah.
Uh,
One has to submit
prompts us
submit
all
like
to misuse his independence. Hare Krishna, Mataji, can you hear me?
yes.
Haribol?
Yes, Prabhuji, I can hear you.
No, I was just reading that line. What prompts the soul to misuse his independence? Prabhupada is answering nicely because he's got little independence. See, the independence is what is causing the soul to misuse independence. Yes or no?
Prabhuji, your voice is breaking, Prabhuji.
The soul will never misuse the independence. Again, breaking, huh? Even with the mobile data, no? Is it again breaking?
It is fine
Hare
now.
Krishna.
Fine now,
Is
Prabhu.
it now fine now?
Fine.
No.
Yes, Prabhuji, it is clear.
What is causing the soul to misuse his independence? The independence that is causing the soul to misuse his independence. Right? Again
Yes, Prabhu.
breaking,
We
voice
are
is
able to
breaking.
hear you. No, we are able
Clear,
to
huh?
hear you.
Yeah. So that is the answer that Prabhupada is, because he has got little independence. So that independence is what is causing that. If you give it to the spiritual master, surrender it to the spiritual master, then he's perfect. That's what Prabhupada is explaining it. I shall act according to the advice of my Guru Maharaj. That means you're saying that that independence what I have is no more with me. I am giving it to Krishna. I am giving it to Guru.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, like I mean, this independence is in what context, Prabhu? Like through like independence or
To
desire or
desire
to
to
act
make a
upon.
decision, to desire to make any decisions, to think and all that, everything that is like independence means independent of Krishna. Like
Mm.
in other words, it's for my personal this thing sense enjoyment. So I just want to do it independent of Krishna. That is what it means.
Okay.
Help Prabhu, please Prabhu. Sorry, Shivam Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. So you mean like we can desire independently, but the actions will be based on Krishna's desire or will be based on
See, it should be
his
in
will.
line with what it should be in line with what Krishna. It should be in line with what Krishna is expecting from us. So we need to learn to be in that consciousness where what would Krishna, how can I please Krishna? In other words, what will be Krishna's? It's even when we are thought, thinking into what will be in Krishna's mind, what will be his desire. So let me do that.
Okay.
You understand? What
Mm.
if I do something now will please Krishna and Guru,
Mm.
right? So Arjuna, what is he saying? See, I am thinking this is right. I am thinking that is wrong, but I'm not able to decide. So I'm
Yes.
just surrendering to you. You tell me what is best. I will do it.
Mm.
So he's saying, Ashishya Steham Shadi Mam Prapannam.
Correct, Prabhu. I understood now.
Right? So when
Right.
that surrender is there, then whatever he says or whatever he desires from us will be our life's goal. Right?
Mm.
See,
Correct, correct.
Prabhupada did not desire something independent of his guru's order. So
Mm.
whatever he did, he was thinking, will this be in line with what is the instruction of my guru? You understand?
Correct, Prabhu. So the
So
yes,
yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. No,
No,
Prabhuji,
go
you
ahead, go
please
ahead.
continue.
Is that clear? You haven't.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. So you
Uh,
mean like giving your little independence to your Guru Maharaj is a way to surrender. I can say like this.
right, right, right. So he has certain things, right? So we just follow what saying, instead of independently thinking this might be the thing, this will do good, that will be the best thing to do. If you do this, then the world will improve. If you do that, like Prabhupada himself first argued with, not argued, I mean, asked his guru that first we have to get independence, isn't it? Then
Hmm.
only we can give this Krishna consciousness to others. But what did Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur say?
Krishna consciousness is emergency.
Yeah, it is emergency. Other things will wait. It can wait or it can come. It need not come. That doesn't matter. So he took that as his life goal. He understood. Okay, that makes sense. What he says makes sense. If he was independent, then he would say, no, no, what I'm saying is right. He could have argued that way. Right? In every step of our act, it is not that we blindly accept, but we deliberate and accept. You understand?
Yes, Guruji.
If we are blindly accepting, then we will not have the this thing to think, power to think. Okay. So I see some chat messages in between, but what's happening is, if while I'm talking, the chat messages come, it's a little bit distracting. Instead, if they ask the question one after another in the chat, in our call, then it'll be easier for me. Mr. was saying yes, like to copy why he's a Jairam Master. What would my Guru Maharaj tell this context? What would he want me to do? These are the questions to help us decide whether we are in line with Krishna's plan or not. Yeah, that is a correct understanding. And here again, we should also not, many times what happens is we think that we know our Guru better. So what happens in that process is we don't want to take suggestions from our other senior God brothers or Vaishnavas who will be able to give a different perspective than what we might be thinking. I might be thinking, our Guru might have said, you go and distribute books, don't care, whatever, like that. He says, okay, that is my life goal. But he also says, you read. And how many of us will be saying that, no, I will have to read the books and then I will distribute. No, reading I can do anytime. I can read in there, here, there, wherever it may be. But book distribution, fine, that is also service only. But to bring the both two things together is something where if we are not able to make the decision ourselves, then we need to also listen to our seniors, those who would have spent more time with our Guru or who have got a better understanding of the thing based on this thing. So some honest interaction, discussions and interaction should be there. Otherwise, I can be independently thinking that I know what my Guru thinks is the right thing. I know better. I don't have to listen to anybody. Right? That arrogance also can creep in. We have to be a bit careful. Okay. I see our Sanchalpati Prabhu raised his hand. I think it is Sanchalpati Prabhu. It was Raghav Singh's son's ID. Or is it Raghav himself? Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
My voice is coming, Prabhuji?
Sorry, yes, your voice is all right. Okay, please go ahead.
Prabhuji, this point which we were discussing, that freedom, little independence, I was just relating with one incident. I don't know whether it is correct or wrong. Like nowadays, we see very young kid of school, they are smoking and drinking like this. They are involved in such activities. So we can say that they have given little independence by guardian, that they are going to school independently. They are going to school and interacting with friends. Now there, if those students who are coming and discussing with their parents, they can be guided properly that no, this is the wrong thing, you should not indulge in this. So those children can be controlled. But if some children who don't discuss or don't talk with their parents and independently mingle with outside world, they start taking this smoking and drinking like a normal fashion type. So something like related to this type thing. So
yeah, very true. We can relate to every single thing in this world, Prabhu. Whatever decisions that you are making, it is not that you should not have your desires at all. And desires means your ambitions or whatever, right? Suppose a child is going to college and he wants to take a certain subject. And father says, these are all the positives, these are all the negatives. You have to look at all these things, pros and cons. Then the child decides that, okay, my father is my best well-wisher. So whatever he is saying should be right. So the same way, Guru is our best well-wisher. And we have our, our own other devotees with whom we have a nice bandha, friendship. That they will also be those who are real well-wishers. You can try to check with them how things work. That way, we will be a bit more doubly convinced that yes, certain things are good for our life and even for others also, right? Because maybe sometimes we may be thinking something is right, but it may not be so. But again, too many cooks spoil the food. So too much of asking too many people will also not be beneficial. And so we keep one or two or maybe very few who can give us the right guidance. And that way we will be able to understand the heart of our spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, better. So that is where Guhyama Kyati Prichyati is very nicely mentioned by Rupa Goswami. Nice point, Chanchapati Prabhu. It is applies to all this, any kind of decision making. We are always having this challenge about decision making. How when somebody says something favorable or unfavorable, how to imbibe or how to absorb it. So those are all some of the things where we definitely need the guidance. How much ever senior we are, we do still need the guidance of others. Prabhupada, when he was writing books in Radha Damodar Mandir here in Vrindavan, he was not writing and just saying this is what it is. You have said where in that, I think it is in that, which book is that? About how he was writing in Radha Damodar temple, and he would share it with the other temple Goswamis, Radharaman temple Goswami, the chief, and then Radha Damodar temple chief, and all he would talk to them and discuss with them, even though he had a better thing with us, with the mercy of spiritual master Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur. So that clarity of thoughts, clarity of discussions comes from our open-heartedness, surrender, and obedience, and of surrendering our independence to the Guru. And Prabhupada did that so nicely. And I was just thinking, just yesterday or day before, I was walking by our just out of the temple and walked by the street, the main road, where the crowd was so big, so like a traffic jam, and people are all just as we see that many people just come for fun. Also, they just want to come, but they have that pious thing that at least for fun also they come to now instead of going somewhere else. But in the middle of that, some children or some youths were just joyfully doing the Harinam Sankirtan and moving along with the crowd, our devotees. So I was just thinking, when Prabhupada was here about 50, 60 years ago, hardly there was only the cows and some deers or some big cows. They were all going, and you will hear the bell sound of the cows, and the devotees will be going, of course, to a certain wherever. But what made so much crowd? And it's not Vrindavan is not like on season, off season, and all. Every single day is crowd like that. So, and Prabhupada the first one to come and establish. After that, only some others came. Like that Prem Mandir and no others, like now some others are also there. How so much the crowd is there, and they're all doing austerity. Early morning, as I was going to the temple, there are so many local village people from all these Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, and everywhere. They are all carrying something, and the Prabhus and Matajis are big, huge crowd of people are going. And in fact, today is the actual Janmashtami in Pankabihari. Yesterday was a Janmashtami, as we all celebrated. So it is something amazing how Prabhupada has transformed this. The world to he became the ambassador of Vrindavan to invite everybody in the world to come and take advantage of this the holiest of dhams, right? So it is possible only by his surrender and surrendering his independence to his Guru and Krishna. And he showed it by practice that you can also do that. Right? Thank you, Prabhu, for that nice point. So, shall we read further if there is no other points? Really? Yes, I think Piyush Prabhu is raising for hand. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Pranam,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Prabhuji, it's like that we do not, we have our limited knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So by our limited knowledge, we think that the present situation, what decision I made in present, we don't know future, about the future actually.
Correct.
So we think just at the present moment, about the present moment.
Correct.
So how to correct that that Guru as the Guru, as Krishna knows about the future also, past, present, and
Yes.
future.
Yes.
So our spiritual master also know what is best for me to do at present for our future goods,
Right.
ultimate. So how to
Right.
means how to move to present this to think about the present only.
Yeah, basically we are not Dirgadarshi, Prabhu. We need to
Yes, yes, yes.
depend on someone who has a far-sighted vision. That's why they are asking these questions to Prabhupada. How nice that this is documented, Prabhu. Just look at this. It's so clear. This confusion about independence, do we have or not? Uh, is Krishna controlling everything or are we controlling anything? Like all these questions are so simply answered. That's a beautiful question and beautiful answer, and no one else can give. What prompts the soul to misuse his independence? It is independence that is causing the soul to misuse his independence. And that is the beauty. It's a circle. You understand?
Yes, Prabhuji.
That independence and also independence you can misuse it also. That's the nature of independence. That's why Prabhupada, because you got handle independence. And then the next question comes, why do some misuse it and some never misuse it? Father Prabhupada is saying, again, that depends on him. If you are still,
Yes,
it is the property of the independence, right? I can free use my independence to become determined that I will act only according to the advice of my Guru Maharaj. I can use that same independence and misuse and say that, why I should surrender to anybody? I will just do it myself. So it is the property of the independence to think independent and act independently.
yes, Prabhuji.
Very clear answer here. So let's read further and we can discuss further as we go along. Yes, who wants to read further? Mataji is reading anyway. Please continue, Vijaya Mataji.
Okay. Arjuna said, Shishyas teham sadi mam prapannam. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me, otherwise he will argue. When a disciple offered that even the Nitya Siddha, the eternally perfect, liberated soul, had a guru in the spiritual world, Prabhupada replied, liberated soul never says that I am liberated. As soon as he says liberated, he is a rascal. A liberated soul will never say that I am liberated. That is liberation. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is God, said Guru More
Guru
Murkha
Mukh Dekhi Karila Shasan.
Karila Shashan.
This is telling to the Varanasi, the sannyasis, no? The Prakashana Saraswati and his several disciples. So Guru More Murkha Dekhi. Prabhupada will say this many times. Guru More Murkha Dekhi Karila Shasan. When we accept that we are fools when we accept in front of our Guru that we are fools, that is our real starting point of our devotional service, really. Only then we can surrender our independence to him. Please continue, Mataji.
My Guru Maharaj saw me fool number one and he chastised me and he is God. This is the example. If one remains always a servant, everlastingly of Guru, then
See,
he is
1 minute. Now, and he is God. Who is he referring to?
Guru.
Sorry?
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Mahaprabhu.
Mahaprabhu.
Yeah, see, that is very interesting. He is God. God himself is saying that I am a Murkha in front of his Guru, who is Ishvara Puri is not, he is not God in the sense, he is not actually Krishna, he is Guru. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he accepted Ishwarapuri, he accepts him as, he is God, and he himself is saying, my Guru Maharaj called me a fool. How much is that? And he is teaching that by personal example. Krishna, who is everything, who is the ultimate spiritual master, and Krishna Mante Jagadguru, everything. And he comes down to show us that we have to behave like this in front of our Guru. What an amazing uh, uh, thing that must be, right, from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's side. And that is why he is Namo Mahavadanyaya. Please continue, Mata.
Okay. If one remains always a servant everlastingly of Guru, then he is liberated. And as soon as he thinks that he is liberated, he is a rascal. That is the teaching of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Guru more murkha dekhi. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is murkha. Why? He is putting himself as murkha. I am fool number one. That means that is liberation. You must be ready always to be chastised by Guru. Then he is liberated. And as soon as he thinks that I am beyond the chastisement, I am liberated, he is a rascal. Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says Guru more murkha dekhi karila shashan? This is Sahajiyavada. Sahajiyavada thinking. Oh, I have become liberated. I don't require any direction of my Guru. Then he is a rascal. Why this Gaudiya Mathas failed? Because they tried to become more than Guru. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, before passing away, gave all directions and never said that this man should be the next Acharya. But these people, just after his passing away, began to fight. Who shall be Acharya? That is the failure. They never thought why Guru Maharaj gave us instructions, so many things. Why did he not say that this man should be Acharya? They wanted to create artificially somebody Acharya, and everything failed. They did not consider, even with common sense, that if Guru Maharaj wanted to appoint somebody as Acharya, why did he not say? He said so many things, and this point he missed, the real point, and they insisted on it. They declared some unfit person to become Acharya. Then another man came, then another Acharya, another Acharya. So better remain a foolish person perpetually to be directed by Guru Maharaj. This is perfection. And as soon as he learns that Guru Maharaj is dead, now I am so advanced that I can kill my Guru and I become. Then he is finished. They kept fighting. Yashomati Nandan said, and when the real Acharya emerged, they all became wonderstruck. They all became baffled. Now they all know in their hearts, they all know it. I can see. They all know what is the real Acharya. Jai Srila
Who is a real
Prabhupada.
Acharya? No, this is he is saying this so nicely, no, Yashamati Prabhu. When the real Acharya emerged, nobody thought that Prabhupada would become the next Acharya. We cannot see just by saying somebody is okay, this person is nice, he will become Acharya, that person is nice. Lord will have his own plan to bring out people up, because every person's heart he is aware of. Every person what he wants to do, whether he surrendered to his guru, whether whether he is honest in his attempts in devotional service, every single thing Krishna is noting down. And so according to the different people's capability and their bhava in seva, they will he will arrange accordingly. So at the time of Bhakti Saraswati Thakur's leaving, nobody even had an inkling that Abhay Charana Prabhu, at that time he was, will be the next next Acharya. And everybody is, of course, Guru. But then what he achieved, it was because of that one thing that he completely surrendered to his Guru's instructions. in Guru's words. That's the main thing. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Abdul Srila Prabhupada, devotee said, offered obeisances and left. So nice. So let's continue. Thank you so much, Vijay Mataji. Nicely. Okay, so
Can you tell
yesterday was
something about
Janmashtami,
this
and
word?
here again it comes about Janmashtami in those days. Nice coincidence. No? Yes, Vijay Mataji, you were saying something?
Can you please tell something about the word Acharya? Like, nowadays, there are so many people, they take this title of Acharya. Like today also I heard from one of the youth, I am the follower of Prashant Acharya. He's also one
Hmm.
of the, YouTube made guru. So
Hmm.
how to, like Acharya, that term, can you please explain?
Acharya, the word itself is Achar, no? One who shows by his
Ah,
personal practices and his behavior.
mm,
Whatever he is doing prachar, he is to showing it by Achar.
mm,
So that is what Acharya actually should mean. And they should be completely clean in their um, everything, every single desire. As you said, YouTube made Acharyas. Acharya is even surname in many places, right? So there is always this dilution of this word. And I heard one very interesting statement um, by Swayam Bhagwan Keshav Maharaj. No, one of the devotees was sharing it recently when I was in Pune. He said they also asked this question about what's the difference between a guru and an acharya. Um, Guru uh, uh, protects the disciples. Acharya protects the Siddhanta. It's a very nice point he made. It's a nice realization. I thought. So we have this Siddhanta, right? Our Siddhanta, because Siddhanta by default will save the generations because the same Siddhanta has to continue generation after generations. When one is a Guru, he will follow the Siddhanta that is already established by the Acharya, and he will continue to help the disciples grow in their life, in their spiritual life by serving that Siddhanta, right? What do you call it? By serving that Siddhanta, by following the principles of the Siddhanta. So that is how the instruction that I like that particular statement because it's a very interesting thing. Now, many gurus are there, but few, of course, people call their own selves as acharyas, whatever. But acharya is like Prabhupada is the founder acharya. He protects our Siddhanta. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is our protector of the Siddhanta. Madhvacharya is the acharya. He is the protector of the Dvaita Tattva. Ramanujacharya is an acharya. Well, he also had disciples. He had to do the job of a guru, but at the same time, he is a head of the Siddhanta, right? That is the Tattva Siddhanta. That is propounded by them, right? Are from Krishna's. It comes from all the way from Krishna. Does that help, Mataji?
yes, Prabhuji. But these
So
YouTube people and all, they are
no, forget
really
about them. Forget about them. The
good.
thing is, what is that thing? Uh, they will just they are like meteorites, Mataji. They are not like sun or moon,
Uh,
right? Sun,
but people get
it is
influenced
always there.
by them, Prabhuji.
Sorry.
People get, especially our youth get influenced by them.
We cannot help it because it is the nature of this world, you see, to bring all these unwanted elements, negative elements, and make them. And we also go in a way where we try to argue with them or defend our thing. Sometimes it becomes a bit of a challenge that we are supposed to be following devotional service, but we end up. That's what they will. It's what is that beautiful statement was there? Do not argue with a fool because do not argue with a stupid because he will what is that? He will argue with you and make you. He will put across stupid arguments and make you appear like a stupid. So he's very good at that. Yes, very good at making an intelligent person look stupid by his stupid arguments. So they are like that. We can't help it. But as I said, these are all like the owls and fox or wolf or whatever that makes their noise only till the sun appears, right? Once the sun appears, they all will just fly away or just run away. Mm. So we need to show our attachment to Prabhupada, our attachment to Krishna by strictly following irrespective of all the other distractions that come in. And the youths will go around here and there and then come back. Because how long will show go on, right? So in YouTube or anywhere else that people are doing, everything is marketing. They just want some popularity, that's all. Nobody is interested in helping this next the generations of people be happy and joyful in following sincerely Krishna consciousness and devotion. So the youth we see so many children, teenage children and all our own also even after coming to devotional service, they are getting distracted so much. So it's painful to see, but one thing we can be very confident about is all these things are temporary. They'll just go on for a little time. After that, it will be all back to normal.
Okay, Prabhu.
Even after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's departure, for some time there was these apasampradayas are all there. No? Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur came and smashed all those more than 70, 80 apasampradayas. So acharyas will keep coming and doing this cleaning up work every now and then. But then we have to be very clear in our sticking to Prabhupada.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, let's continue.
I will read, Prabhu.
Yeah, who is that? Shiva Prabhu, yes. Or Suresh Prabhu, okay. Nice questions, Mataji. I like this kind of discussions, very genuine and honest discussions needed. That's during this time, it's actually Prabhupada and our Guru Maharaj, they are the ones who get so much pleased because they see that, okay, this disciple or this person sincerely trying, this devotee sincerely trying to progress in this path. So let me help him, let me help her, like that. That is that when we are our inquiries are sincere, Krishna will send the answer and the person who gives the answer. Shiva Prabhu, you have any questions or comments, or you want to read, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Shall I read? I think Suresh Prabhu
Shiva
wanted to
Prabhu, yes, one of you, go ahead. For Janmashtami. What's happening, Shiva Prabhu? You are unmuted, but you are not speaking. But Shivam Prabhu, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. For Janmashtami, we made a stage in the area of the Darshan Mandapa in the new temple and set out rows of chairs aimed the construction work of scaffolding. Prabhupada had heard that the devotees were rehearsing the appearance of Lord Krishna and he wanted to see the play before departing for Hyderabad. 2 days before the festival, Jagat Purusha had organized
No, Prabhu.
the drama.
But before departing for Hyderabad, 2 days before the festival, full stop. Then Jagat Purusha is next line.
Oh, okay. Yes, Prabhu. Jagat Purusha had organized the drama and played Kamsa. Anang Manjari played Devaki, Bhayahari played Vasudev, and Achyutananda plucking the strings of tambura representing Avina played Narad Muni. Prabhupada enjoyed the performance and applaud enthusiastically, and was as was common in ISKCON dramas. At the end, the devotees and audience chanted Hare Krishna together.
Very nice.
When Prabhupada began to leave for the airport, devotee jumped down from the stage and began to chase after him. And although his car left first, some devotees managed to arrive at the airport before him. When he stepped out onto the curb, he found Anang Manjri and Aditya Dasi there shouting, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. Anang Manjri was still in costume as Devaki in an ornate wedding sari, but she was about to leave for America. And as Prabhupada was both elder, ed, 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 elderly and in fragile health,
Prabhuji, if you don't
yeah,
mind, I will read, huh? Shivam
yes,
Prabhu, if you don't mind, I will read
yes,
because there's a lot of stuff
yes,
it's difficult to hear,
yes,
Anagamanjari was still in costume as Devaki in an ornate wedding saree, but she was about to leave for America. And as Prabhupada was both elderly and in fragile health, she thought this might be the last time she would see him, and her makeup was smeared by tears. Prabhupada smiled broadly as the women offered their obeisances, and as they jumped up and down in bliss, he proceeded into the terminal. Prabhupada stood there for the longest time, Anagamanjari later recalled, leaning on his cane and smiling at me, practically laughing. When he had moved on, Aditya said, Did you see how he looked at you and smiled at you? And I thought, this is the perfection of my life. I entertained him. So, who is this Anagamanjari? She was the one who played the Devaki role, no? Okay. It's not in the screen now. 2 days later, in Hyderabad, Prabhupada asked Saurabh, what news from Bombay? Wherever he goes, it's all about Bombay, right? The Janmashtami festival was a great success, Saurabh replied. We counted approximately for the last 2 days, 20,000 people. The place was packed. People were everywhere. They were sitting everywhere, even on the balconies and in the scaffolding. The press and the television people came. Gopal Krishna asked. Every year the television comes. They televise this. One thing really interesting about the statement, I've just triggered me of the incident. Maharaj, he's known as Gopal Krishna Maharaj. He is very, very particular about the media getting to know about our activities and our whatever festivals or anything that we do. He wants to make sure that in every this thing newspaper anything they should cover our programs because it's one of the important ways through which our services are recognized or reaches the people that they get to know of it. Otherwise, it's always negative propaganda. Always, the medias are always in negative things. In Rajkot also, when the temple opening happened, we had the Ramnavami festival on that day. The temple opened, so we had a whole day morning fully. It was all about Abhishek and installation, Pran Pratishtha, everything. And then His Holiness Loknath Goswami Maharaj was leading all the devotees into tremendous and beautiful kirtans, and it was all going on. And once the prasadam was served at around 12, after 12, we just we broke our fast and we had prasadam. And I just came to the room just to do a few things. And suddenly the call came from my godbrother Devakinandan Prabhu, who was with Gopal Krishna Maharaj. Maharaj was inside the temple in the backside near the DT room thing where he was sitting and talking with two devotees. So he asked me, Prabhu, come over, Maharaj wants to see you immediately. So I rushed to see Maharaj, and Maharaj was in his very, very feeble voice, and the backside is huge, uproarious kirtans are going on, and I could barely hear his voice. And Maharaj was telling me, because I think Maharaj wanted to make sure that all the newspapers cover this news, and we have to send the right pictures and photos with all the delegates, like the chief minister came, the governor came in the evening, and all those things are there. So Maharaj wanted every paper to cover this news. So Devaki Prabhu would have told him that I am kind of managing this, Granth and some other important certain things. So so he told probably Maharaj that Prabhu does it. So Maharaj called me over and he told me that you should make sure that all the newspapers in Gujarat and even other English papers goes outside. It should all cover the article. You should write the article and put the relevant pictures there, and it should be published. And I asked, so Maharaj, can you do by when you want to do it, Maharaj? Do it in 2-3 days. And Maharaj said, no, today. He said, today you do. I was dead tired by then, but then I was like, okay, Maharaj just said this. So we called up people, the different, the magazine representatives, sorry, the newspaper representatives, they called me and I shared some of the pictures and some of the points and mentioned. And then BTG, we also wrote a nice long article about how this all came up. And it was all translated into multiple different languages also. But that was done later, after a month or so. But after Maharaj said this, while I was doing these things in the evening, the next day morning, as Maharaj was coming out for Darshanarthi, we were there in the office room, and as soon as I paid obeisance to Maharaj as he was coming out, the first thing he asked me was, okay, all the articles and pictures and everything has gone to all the magazines, all the newspapers. That was the first thing he asked. So I can see how Maharaj has been right from those days, so particular about this. It's very important because people should know, the general mass of people will not know about our thing because hardly they come to the temples. So I just was reminded of this thing. And but Prabhupada is having the same mood, and that's why they all took it from him, this nice, wonderful qualities. I'm reading further. The film news, Saurabh answered, for the Abhishek ceremony, which lasted about an hour up till 1 o'clock, and everyone remained. There was thousands of people. They were just everywhere. And till now, we see lakhs and lakhs of people coming, right? I was talking to Vaishnapriya Prabhu the other day from Dwarka temple, Delhi Dwarka temple. And I asked him, Prabhuji, it's actually comparatively smaller temple compared to the big temple. While the bigger Dwarka temple is coming up, but it takes some time to complete. But the structure is nice size, but it's not a huge temple, if you want to say. And I asked Prabhu, how many people do you normally expect for Janmashtami? He said, minimum 5 lakhs people. And just for Dwarka area, Dwarka, this nearby areas. Imagine what would be the size for the Radha Parshadi temple, which is even more. And now the Rohini temple also, huge temple, beautiful temple has come up. Such an artistic temple. And like that, Mumbai, everywhere you see the temples around. But lakhs and lakhs of people come for Janmashtami. They know. Then Janmashtami means ISKCON temple. That's the legacy that Prabhupada has left. Then this is started from 70s. You see, there's thousands of people coming and they're waiting till 1 o'clock. Yesterday also in Vrindavan, the Aarati was going on until 12:30, 1 o'clock, and people just were just everywhere. You could see it's so difficult to come out of this. It was almost like a stampede situation there. That's amazing, no? And that is all coming because of Prabhupada's surrender to his Guru's instructions and his vision. So he's our founder Acharya. Let's continue. 10 days thereafter, on a morning walk in Delhi, I told Prabhupada, there's a lot. So now they are in Delhi, right? And there's a lot of enthusiasm for Krishna consciousness in Bombay. Just due to this Janmashtami, we made about 15 or 20 life pattern members. They just keep coming, saying, I visited your festival. Then they arrange other programs for us and become pattern members. And newspapers, people are also starting. Prabhupada saying, again, see the same thing, giving some coverage. Prabhupada said, good coverage, I confirm. The Free Press Journal wants to make a 2-page feature with pictures all about our activities. We'll stop here, Prabhu's Mataji's, because the next point is a different context. Already I had to go to another program. So Krishna willing, we will discuss this further. And if you don't mind, actually, I would like to continue as much as possible, at least if not possible, if not every day, at least 2 3 days in a week. This book has to go on. This reading has to go on without like it's a longer break. I feel that if possible, Krishna willing, those of you who can join, if you do it once in 3 days or something like that, please join us because longer break of 1 week is not. I somehow feel the continuity is a little bit missing out. So let's. Today is Tuesday. Let's have something say around Friday if possible. Same Prabhupada Smranam. And I'm stuck with every day. Stuck with rather than stuck with, I would say. I am fortunate to be engaged in the service of Bhagavatam with some of this our Bhakti Vaibhav devotees here in VIC. So I will be busy with that in the daytime. So my office work also will continue in the second half and all that. So I will have to find a 1 hour slot. 7 to 8 seems to be the ideal time, because after that 8 to 9 I have another Bhagavatam study with some few sincere nice devotees here around. So we will have a sharp start at 7 and end at 8, maybe a few minutes here and there, but we'll start do that. I really want to continue this meditation with smaller breaks. So I hope devotees who are available, please do join us. And because now between now and say Karthik, there should be some little available time available. 7 to 8, I think we can keep it. So we'll stop here. Prabhu, again, once again, happy Vyas Puja Day, Prabhupada. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to associate with you all and hear from you also and read from this wonderful book, Glorification of Prabhupada. So we will continue whenever I possible. I'll just share this in 2 days time frame. Thank you so much, Prabhu Mataji. Hare Krishna. I will stop here. From Jai Shila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.